5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Shirley.
A few years ago, I was interviewing candidates for a job. I was a HR director, and we were looking for a new HR consultant who was to be a representative of our professional PEO organization, which is a payroll and HR consulting firm. So this was a very professional organization and a professional job. The first few interviews went really well. We had some good candidates, and I was pretty excited. But the last three were really, I don't even know what to say. They were millennials. They came in, jeans, t-shirts, a couple of them even had flip-flops on. Yeah, so tell me about your flex hours. And do you guys offer like snacks and like free drinks while and can I work from home right away? And I will be president next week, is that right? Seriously, I was so appalled. Really? What are these kids thinking? When I grew up, you went to an interview, dressed your best, your nicest clothes, you shook hands, you had eye contact. I didn't know what to think. It was at that point that I started realizing there really is a generation gap. There are differences in the way that I, as a baby boomer, look at work and the way a younger millennial looks at work and how they approach it. At first, it really bothered me. I just wanted to slap feeling silly. But as I started looking at it and reviewing it and understanding why they are like that, why the differences occur, I realized that there are actually things that we can learn from each other. There was a very interesting study that was done by York College that kind of evaluated the millennials and their work habits. And as I looked at this study, I realized that a lot of this made sense. And really it was my fault and your fault because we trained our kids to be like this. We taught them the things that they know. We wanted a different world for them. So I'm going to share some of the findings that were in this study today with you. Finding number 1. Millennials require your immediate attention. Isn't that true? They grew up in a world of instant feedback. They texting, they get my daughter's text is always, it comes in and it says, it's a great life, it's a great life, it's a great life. So I'm always hearing that. Instant feedback. Text, Facebook, they get instant feedback. They're used to it all the time. They don't want to wait 6 months to a year to find out how they're doing in their job. They want to know right now. Us boomers, just tell us what you want of us and then get out of our way. Let us do our job. And if you have to, in 6 months to a year, give us a review. Finding number 2, millennials want casual Friday every day. 93% of them think that it's fine to dress casually, shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops. They don't see a problem with that. Whereas us millennials, we think that there should be a little bit of separation, a little bit of difference between how we go to work and how we socialize. We want that professional appearance in the workplace. It seems that millennials also want this casual environment because they don't really separate work and social life like we baby boomers do. Baby boomers' philosophy is work hard now, play the whole time while they're working, and they want me time during work. Finding number 3. Millennials work when they want to work. Research shows that 81% of millennials think that they should be allowed to make their own hours. Whereas most baby boomers think that the best and most productive use of your day is the regular 9-to-5 work hours. Millennials want to be able to come and go as they please, and they figure it doesn't matter where they work, if they work from the office or if they work from home, as long as they get the job done, what should it matter? Finding number 4. Millennials very much like transparency. Now think about it. We as parents were much more open with our children. We talked about everything with them. We discussed finances, sex, all kinds of things with our children that our parents would have never discussed with us. So they are used to that environment of having this open communication and sharing everything with them. And so they want that in the workplace. Whereas we baby boomers grew up, our parents, they didn't share anything with us. They made the decisions, and that was just it. Along with that same principle, millennials, and this is finding number 5, millennials do not appreciate a hierarchy in a business situation. They see the environment the work environment as flat. They don't understand the traditional tripod of the work environment. And they really don't appreciate positions and titles and that kind of thing. Again, I think that goes back to the fact that we as parents have been very transparent with them. So that's just what they expect. They expect to be part of that decision-making process, and they want to be part of that decision-making process. There is no disputing that millennial generation is regarded as different, especially by us baby boomers. And the millennials generally think that we are outdated, kind of like floppy disks. Just like those interviews that made me more aware of the generation gap, there have been times when I have recently wanted to slap or knock around a few kids. But having learned this information and having studied them a little bit and why they do what they do, it has kind of kept me out of jail and not arrested for assault and battery. But I have to admit that I have learned a few things from this generation as well. And it has allowed me to relax a little bit and enjoy my work a little bit more. So I hope that we can all learn a few things from each other, they from us,